Hey guys, happy Monday. I am super excited because we have a brand new week. And tomorrow we run our auto ships, the last auto ship of the month. And then, we're going to finish up July. And I don't know about you guys, but July has been absolutely incredible. And we had BOGO a couple weeks ago, right? And I just want you guys to understand something. Sometimes when you have double QV or you have BOGO, like we just had the double triple fast starts last week. Um, Sometimes when you have like these different things, you have less that sign up afterwards, right? You'll have less auto shipments, and that's coming from your already existing customers. And that is when you want to go harder on people that didn't order, people that haven't ordered before, potentials, and so forth, right? Because a lot of the already existing promoters and customers may have already gotten their products. So you want to make sure that you are definitely utilizing like referrals, that you are utilizing different things to kind of attract those new customers, right? And if you have somebody that hit a rank advancement, pull up your customers. Look and see when your last enrollments were. Check that, okay? Because I don't want to see you miss out on getting your percent, of that bonus, because that is definitely something that embarrassing. I missed the month before last because I literally had two people flip and it dropped me down. So, anyways, I missed the month before last, not last month, but the month before that. And the bad part was I was signing a ton of people, but I was signing them on my husband's account and on my account. And I missed it on my account. Anyway, so learn from me. Don't do that. Okay. Don't do that. And I don't want to see anybody miss out on any money. Right. So tonight's Zoom's a little bit different. Jackie had a local. So that's why you see some people also or mix and mingle, whatever, thrive mingle. Locally. And listen, guys, you can throw that in your living room. Like, please do not overcomplicate this. You literally can have a get together anywhere. I have a guest next Tuesday, and I believe that she's been doing them online and having them as like an online event. So please know, get creative. All of those people, you guys, are going to get a discount code if they do order. Thrive is really hooking you up. So like if you do have an event and people can't attend in person, Zoom them in, and then those people will qualify for that code. And that's just a huge thing, right? So you could like have something in your living room and have a couple people over, and you could have a Zoom and people could attend that way. Or I believe, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, you can actually set it up as an online Zoom event as well. And you can send in a support ticket if you want to question that. But I'm pretty positive that the person I have as a guest next week is doing it that way. And it's been incredible, right? She's had incredible results from it. And based on the number of customers that I saw her enroll when we had the last promo where you could, enroll all the accounts. I forget what that last one was called. I can't keep track of them all. Um, Anyways, she had a lot of free accounts and she had a lot of customers because her PPA, was up. And I was like, holy moly, like, what are some of these people doing? Listen, first off, I want to address the elephant in the room. Some of you guys are like, how the heck do these people have 600 and 700 accounts? Yeah, me too, right? Google ads. I mean, you could submit to Lavelle and get approved for like an ad and so forth. Okay. So you absolutely can do that. Just like you can sponsor a team, you can do different stuff to get your name out there. Some people are just a little bit more creative and a little bit more like techie and stuff. Just because they get that doesn't mean that people actually enroll, right? Doesn't mean they get them and actually enroll. But I do want to tell you guys something before we go on. One of my very first aha moments in this whole industry was I was on a team in my first business and nobody did their business online. Nobody. Okay. Nobody. However, me, I was signing up for like Working Women's Wednesdays. I was signing up for fair events to set up little tables. I was setting up for wedding events. I was setting up for mall events, crafters and vendors fairs, all kinds of stuff in my first business. And can I just tell you, I freaking hated them. And Katie, I didn't ever sign a customer. Never. Not one person in person ever. I don't know why. I probably talk too much. It's probably the reason. To be honest with you, it's probably a good thing we have a phone or computer in between us because I don't know when to shut up. Okay. So I wait till they respond when I'm on the phone, but in person, I probably spill too much. Anyways, I just wasn't, and that was early on. Okay. So I probably have learned a thing or two since then. But my aha moment to stay on track here was none of my uplines know how to do online. And back then, Instagram, you could not message people. So like you either had to put your phone number in your bio or you had to do like WhatsApp app or the Keek app, which can I just tell you, I am so thankful. I actually signed my very first Canadian from Instagram in February 2014. Okay. So it was like 11 months into this industry and about, I'm going to say 7 months after I started working on Instagram. And I had the Keek app, which I very soon found out that people like to send private part pictures on, and I hurried up and deleted it. But anyways, that's what we had to use back then. And this was 2014, okay, at the time. So technology, thank goodness, has changed a little bit, but I very quickly realized that I did not like doing events all the time. I didn't mind doing them here and there, but I was a mom and my kids were young, like Layla and Leah. Let's see, we're 9 years, or Layla was 9 and Leah was 2 when I started in this industry. Layla just turned 20 and Leah's turning 13 next, or in like a week and a half. Isn't that crazy? Like my kids have literally had their mom after my very first summer. 2014 was the very first summer I got to be home with my kids full time. And that was like not even a goal on my dream board when I first started in March of 2013. And so I'm telling you all of this to tell you that because none of my upline knew how to work online, I had to figure it out. I started Googling and YouTube videos. How do I reach new people? How do I work Instagram? How do I get in front of people that I don't know? How do I get them to want my product? So basically what I came across was the more I did it, the more I got. The more people I interact with, the more people I added, the more people I post, or the more times I posted and shared and used hashtags that people would be. And I looked at hashtags, keywords, like I would if I was asking Google a question, trying to find an answer. So I started using that kind of logic, which if you do it now, same thing with SEOs, okay? Same thing. And you use TikTok. Listen, I learned most of my new stuff from TikTok because it's like short videos and my attention span's like this big. So it's like perfect. Like 3-minute video, 60 seconds is even better. Teach me something and I'm good to go, right? So if you have a very short attention span, go over to TikTok and type in, how do I reach my ideal client? Right? Or how do I reach da 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 da? And Katie, will you please put over because I know I could look it up on my phone, but it'll take me a second. Ask the public. Is it ask the public? I think it's ask the public. I don't know. I have it saved on my phone. But you can even type into Google a topic that you want. And if you notice, a list of questions come up. And that is what people are searching for. You guys base your content around that. What is it? Yeah. Use TikTok. Absolutely. AskThePublic.com. AskThePublic.com. And what you can do is basically, guys, when you know what people are searching for, you know what to supply them with. That's what they're looking for, right? That's how you get in front of your ideal customer. Okay. That is how you get in front of the person that already wants what you have. And guess what happens when you get in front of the person that already wants what you have? They are more likely to buy. Okay. So, yes, 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 yes. And she just said this over here. And I'm going to tell you guys, if you are not getting, and like if you're not getting any type of responses at all, first off, be honest. Are you being consistent? Okay. And if you are being consistent, I want you to ask yourself, am I being consistent with letting people know what we have to offer? Right? Like, what is it that they could, like, we could help them with? Whether that's product wise, whether that's opportunity wise. Because you guys, I can guarantee you, if you don't do this, somebody else is going to, and that person that's out there looking for it is going to find them, not you. Okay. But if they already know you and you actually share this, like the customer that I'm signing right now, she knows Tim. Okay. I tagged Tim the other day in one of my posts. She immediately asked me about the Thrive experience, about Elite and so forth. Okay. I replied, messaged her, didn't hear a thing back. She didn't respond, nothing. Okay. I just posted about me doing the detox. Guess what? Now I'm signing her with Elite and with Detox. And she's joining the customer group because I told in my post, if you read it, I share a very personal journey about not wanting to have a regain and how I'm going to go ahead and commit to this on August 1st. We have a group doing it, and we're going to do it on the Thriver Safe Haven if you're on it. If not, you guys can do it in your own little chats if you want. But people like to do stuff together. And if you're not doing it, that's okay. Still offer it to your customers, okay? Because they can still get support. You can still support them, or you can add them there. It's open to everybody. And there is going to be a detox. There's like a detox little group, subgroup in there. And we're going to start it August 1st, right? So then right after the detox, guess what? We're going to go right on into being accountable with everything else, right? With our Thrive Elite, those of us that are doing Duo. I mean, you guys, the biggest thing is that if you don't let people know, they're not going to know, right? And then they're not going to order and they're not going to join. Another thing was back to why I said, Katie even said she had to teach herself. I was told so many times not to do things a certain way because that didn't work. Like people were like, I don't know why you're posting on Instagram. Nobody's going to see that. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know why you're using so many hashtags. Don't use that many hashtags. I did. And guess what? I did because it started working. And then I was signing 5, 6, 7, 8 customers a day. A day. Because when my kids would go to bed at 9:00, I just hit the darn Instagram hard. And it was like from 9 till 2 a.m. And you got to understand, my mindset shifted from, if I work 12 and 13-hour shifts at the hospital and I want to get away from having to work all of those shifts at the hospital, then if I like put that same mindset to my business when my kids go to bed, I can like cut my hours and I would be able to work from my house, right? And work around their schedule. So basically, instead of going to the hospital, I clocked in to work on Instagram and to work my business. And then I was like dead set. Like I was like, don't bother me. 9 p.m. They went to bed. I got busy and I worked till like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And I hit like East Coast, West Coast, like every coast. And then I started hitting like international and so forth, right? And the biggest thing is I got consistent and I just kept on trying things until something worked. And that's the same thing with every single platform. You have to keep on trying stuff until it works. And if you just keep posting to the same people over and over and over again, like if you haven't added new people in like a really long time, you haven't intentionally gone in and interacted with people, people probably are not seeing your stuff. right? So like, first off, I want to tell you, get focused on at least one platform. If you're mainly social media, get focused on at least mainly one platform, and then make sure you get really uber consistent with growing your network on there, making sure you put value. And what is value? First off, why somebody follows you. Is it educational, entertaining? Is it inspirational? Guys, people follow you for a reason, because they know you, and they're nosy. Or, I don't know, they don't like you and they're nosy. Or because you inspire them. I'll vote for that one, right? Or you give them, like, hope. The other day I realized I did not and have not shared my full story, right? And my husband had not even seen my before pictures from like 2015, because I thought, man, well, I can't share that because that's not part of my journey. Well, yes, it is. It is part of my journey. It is absolutely part of my journey. And I don't even know that I've ever posted show you. And you, yeah, I mean, I'll probably post them on Facebook here soon. I just have to get the balls to do it. But I'm going to show you. That's me. Can you see it? It looks nothing like me. I know. Nothing like me. I really wish you could see the face. Let's get the face. Wow, right? Doesn't even remotely. Like, huh? Like, seriously, it does not. And not just because I lost weight, but because there's emptiness in my eyes. There's absolutely no life to me. I was like in the top 100, and I think I was like 121 in my company at the time. I was super doing successful. Woohoo, yay, great. But I was miserable. I was so unhappy and I was so unhealthy because I wasn't taking care of myself. Right. So I have learned over the years, in order to give the best of me, I have to take care of me. Right. And it is very much part of my journey because it was part of my healing. Right. It was part of my healing. And I don't want to ever teach people. And you want to make sure you're doing this with your customers. You want to set them up for success, guys. You don't want to mislead them. Okay, that's why I absolutely hate posts that say, if you could lose X amount of pounds in such much a days, would you do it? I hate those posts. I'm probably guilty of putting up a post like that at some point in time. But I'm going to tell you why. Because once they stop doing whatever it is that they're doing, they're going to get it back. Right? And that is not true. And I'm going to straighten up this right now for that weight loss shot, just so everybody knows. It is not a factual thing that you will gain the weight back when you stop taking that shot. It is a factual thing if you go back to eating the way that you did after you finish taking that shot, if you decide to stop taking it, that you will indeed gain the weight back. Same thing with the weight loss surgery. If I go back to eating the way that I did before my surgery, I will gain my weight back. If you go back to eating or sitting on the couch after you stop thriving, you will gain the weight back. So we want to promote healthy lifestyles. And that means actually, people taking better care of themselves. That doesn't mean drastic diets, right? Now with the detox, that's a little different of a story. Detox, you do want to follow as close to the recommended diet as possible for a specific reason, because you are detoxing heavy metals. Okay. That's in our actual stuff. So I'm not saying anything that's not compliant here. It's detoxing heavy metals. All right. And part of the detoxification process, as you guys know, we take in the evening time, the evening dose of it. I don't have biotic. Oh, it's a day. This is what it is, right? So if you have these products, this is something that if you take every night, that's going to help you cleanse out your system already, right? But the AM capsules helps to detoxify you. And just so those of you guys, I'm going to tell you a real quick story here because I think it's super important. And actually, I just told this to my customer. I'm trying to do this compliantly since this is recorded. I had the shot, okay? And I had nothing against, I'm a nurse, okay? So I have to have all my stuff. But I had five in shots, okay, in like a very short period of time, which the CDC actually does not recommend. But the nursing school said, we're not going to let you turn in your homework assignments if you don't get that. That means you're not going to graduate. Are you effing kidding me? Seriously, 4 hours of classes, one class to graduate, but they wouldn't accept my work unless I got the shot. And my Tdap, right? Anyways, long story short, it wasn't because of one, okay? It was because I got something all at once. My body didn't like it, which is also why, and I'm not trying to discourage anybody on this or tell you anything because you can do your own research, but it's why I did a delayed schedule for my daughter, and some people just don't have any at all. But it is because I did a delayed because you're only supposed to have a certain amount of metals anyways daily. And basically I had an overload. But guess what was not listed as a side effect at the time because it wasn't researched? I had subacute thyroiditis. Okay, lovely. And I developed thyroid nodules. Never had thyroid problems at all. And all of a sudden, here I am. Oh my gosh, my heart rate's gone explosive. It's like, my body was shutting down, didn't know what was going on. And anyways, I started looking into heavy metal detoxes. This is even before we came out with it. Okay. And yeah. So anyways, heavy metal detoxes are incredible. And I just so happened to do ours. Probably it was a while after this all happened. And I actually ended up getting on day 4. And I think it's because it was pulling it out of my system. I think honestly, like, and I don't know. I just so happened to get it on day 4 of detoxing. I don't know. But what I can tell you is that detoxing is a huge thing. If you look into it, you guys, you hold on sadness in your gut, like, research it. I'm not making this stuff up. Okay. Like, you hold on trauma in your gut. Okay. Like your colon's like what is it? 21 feet or something long. Like, it's something stupid, ridiculously long. 21 feet. I'm a nurse, but I don't work with your colon and your intestines. Okay. Like, very rarely. I work with your heart and your lungs. Like, I'm not working with your bellies. But anyways, literally, that's a lot of stool that you can hold up in there. Okay. Like, a lot. So a good detox is good. And sometimes you see parasites. Sometimes you see all kinds of stuff come out of there. I don't know. Like, I'm too scared to do like the lemon water and like olive oil stuff. Cause I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to see the buggies. But I'm going to have a colonic on Thursday and I'm not going to look because I don't want to see. And if you've never had one before, I can just tell you, after I did have one right before my wedding, and after I had it, and this has nothing to do with medical claims on our products, okay? But after I had that done, I have not had a symptom, I don't think, since that I had going on with me prior to. And I think it's because it cleansed my system out. And it helped me get rid of the rest of that crap, quite literally. Okay, so let's get back to this. All right. So I had Sarah come on tonight because first off, Jackie was doing a mix and mingle, and I said, hey guys, can I get somebody to help me tonight? And Sarah spoke up, and I said, all right, before you change your mind, I'm going to steal you, because Sarah had been pushing really, really hard, and she's been trying some stuff outside the box. And I had been doing it, and Sarah said, hey, tell me what you're doing. because she saw that I was getting results. So because I was getting results, she's like, hey, I'm going to give this a try. And a lot of you guys can do what she's about to probably tell you. Okay. That I know that she was doing. Sarah, you know what I'm talking about, right? Yes, I know you do because you
I
did
hope so.
it. She messaged me about sending out the emails. Okay. And you guys listen, they may not sign up right away, but I can tell you I have them trickling. They keep on coming. Like every time I send out a batch of emails, I might get a couple people that respond, but then a couple weeks later, I might get a couple more that respond, or that all of a sudden decide to create an account, or all of a sudden decide to find a place to order. But a lot of you guys are not following up at all with people. So Sarah, you want to kind of tell people like what you were doing, because you were trying different stuff, because you were kind of like a flat line. You weren't getting any kind of anything. So you shook things up and changed it. So I think a lot of people need to hear that.
Perfect. So honestly, the first point of everything is we all have uplines and we have people we connect with, people that signed us, people that enrolled us. But here's the thing is we don't always remember that there's sidelines and there's uplines and people above our people that you can reach out to and ask for help. Now, I absolutely love Kaylee and Ashley to death. They are some of my closest friends. But the thing is some things that Kaylee might have been doing or Ashley might have been doing, I've tried. I've been there, I've done it, and I wasn't getting any results. Now, the first step of learning something is you have to reach out to somebody that inspires you, someone who understands you, who connects with you on some level, one way, shape, or form. So the whole point of growing a business and reaching out to people is being vulnerable sometimes and letting them know, like, hey, listen, I've been doing this, this, and this. Go through my timeline, tell me what I'm missing. Because if you are throwing up Thrive, people don't want to see that. You build your relationships off of know, like, and trust. So say you start something today or you add friends today, those 5 to 10 friends that you add, you probably aren't going to get anything from them for minimum 90 days, because they are not going to accept your friend request and comment on your first post that they see you putting, because everybody knows we've seen it, whether it's lashes, it's vitamins, it's shampoo, it's eyeliner, it's self tanner. I don't care what anybody's posting, even if I'm in like the market for it. I will watch and hawk like a crazy person before I sit there and message them and say, hey, I want to buy. Because a lot of places aren't like us. They will cold message you. They will reach out and try to get you to buy stuff. They don't understand that our lifestyle and what we're doing is all about building relationships. So if you're not adding the friends every single day and you're not doing your IPAs every single day, like Ashley and I talk about all the time, birthdays. Birthdays are the easiest, quickest IPA that you can do. If you aren't doing your birthdays, you are not doing yourself any justice at all. So make sure that you're doing something. And I am guilty of this all the time. Talk about the 3 steps every single day. Every single day I'm in my stories about my 3 steps. I'm posting about it. I'm in a vendor event that I post to. I reach out to my customers about it because it's what I use. We forget that we have a skincare line, we have HDS, we have plus line products, we have the flat tummy caps. Like, just because you don't use it, find somebody whose story that they do use it. Because the person that you're reaching out to or your audience might not want vitamins. They might not care at all about vitamins. I literally did the emails. If you guys don't have an email signature yet, ask someone to help you create it. Amanda showed me it on Canva.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally attached to every single email. So you send an email to your kid's teacher, it's going to say what you do and it's going to show your face. So at first I did it and I attached it and I thought, oh my God, like now I got to email my kids' teachers and this is on there. And I got super anxious and I almost wanted to delete it. But then I thought, you know what? No, because people need to see that stuff. You need to do things scared and just step out of your comfort zone. Because if you stay stuck, you're going to stay stuck. If you don't reach out and try new things, you're never going to grow your business. If you've had the same 1,000 friends for the last 3 years and you are not getting anywhere with your business, you need to go through your friends list and get rid of people that do you no service at all. If they are negative Nancy's, snooze them. Sleep them for 30 days and see if you miss them. And when they come back on your page and they're still crying, I don't care how close they are to you. I don't care if they're your sister, your brother, your mom, your aunt, your grandma, delete them. Delete them, or at very least unfollow them. Because I will tell you what, they will put you in the worst headspace ever. If you're in a bad headspace, you're not going to grow your business. If you are in a bad headspace, see right there. Yep. Super cute. It's attached at the bottom. It's super big. They're going to see it better than just you saying your name. It does it for you. You just literally put your email, name. So I messaged Amanda. I'm like, listen, what are you doing? Because I'm struggling. Like, I've reached out to Kaylee. I've done the things Kaylee tells me to do. I've reached out to Ashley. I've done those things. Like, I do my IPAs. I post every single day. I share my family. Like, there are some days where I feel like, gosh dang it, I do every single thing I can be doing, and not a single person will bite on any post. It could be a selfie of me and my kids and nobody will like it. There's something wrong. So that goes back to doing your birthdays. Go through your alphabet. Make sure you pick a letter every single day. That's what they teach us in these push groups. Pick a letter every single day. Go through that alphabet. I promise you're going to see people that their account's deactivated. They're no longer your friend, so it's wasted space. Delete it. Because if they come back on, you're probably not missing anything. If they haven't posted in a year and a half to 2 years, or they're just on there,
they probably have another account.
Yeah, you can delete them. Don't waste space, and don't be afraid to delete so many accounts to go back down in numbers, right? Quality over quantity over quantity. So if you have 500 friends, there are people that have 900 friends that have went 40K, 200K. It's not about the friends or the following. It's about the people you're adding. So if you're adding people just to add them, stop doing that, because it's not going to work. If you have nothing that's connecting with them and you're just adding them to have a friend and have a count and say you did it, don't do that to yourself, because one, you're not going to have anything in common with them. So therefore, you're not going to comment anything genuine. If you're on there just saying, oh, yes, girl, beautiful shirt, or amen, that's not a genuine comment. That's just you trying to comment on something to get them in your algorithm. The other thing I was doing is I went through all my customers and I would send a mass email to everybody, but obviously you have to look at it. Don't send Samantha an email that says, hey girl, I heard you tried the 3 steps and now I have elite, when she never tried the 3 steps, right? Go through who ordered, when they last ordered, and send out the email that you have, copy and paste it. It's as simple as that. Your picture's attached, literally sent out, hey, how's it going? How's your summer? I hope you're having an amazing time starting so far. I just wanted to reach out. I know you tried the sample, and right now we just released a brand new weight loss product. I don't know if you were on the market for weight loss or if you were just wanting actual premium grade nutrition, but if it's something you're interested in, shoot me a message back and I'll be happy to help you. I got like 3 people to reach out out of probably like 60 emails. That's okay, because not everyone's going to see that email. Not everyone's going to open that email. People might create those emails with junk emails. We don't really know what anybody's life is like. So don't get worried or just upset that you're not getting results. You're not going to see stuff overnight. It's not going to be easy. It is hard work. If you've been here for a while, you already know that. You can't just sit there and let your downline work your business, because it doesn't affect you anyways. When it comes to ranks, bonuses, if you are being red-legged, it is doing nothing for you. So you need to keep building. Sent the email, went through my promoters, sent them an email. I have a small group chat of all my promoters and my promoters that are under me directly. So when I run a promo, I can give it to them. I can't have a group of different people that are above me or on the side of me, because I can't run promos for them afford it, right? So people below me, it's credits, it's pay, it's money, it's whatever. But consider looking through your alphabet, going through your people, like, heart, love, genuine comments. The other thing I've been doing is when I'm going through my alphabet, it kind of puts people into your algorithm more. So more people are seeing my story. So when I go to my stories, before it like times out for that 24 hours, I go and see how many people I had, and I will screenshot the names, or depending on my day, I'll go through them and click on them and go like, love, and comment on their stuff, because I want them to keep seeing my stories. I want them to keep seeing my stuff. And that's a really good way of seeing who's seeing it, because people will look at your posts all day long and they might not always comment or like it or love it, because they, in their head, they're like, nope, I know better. I'm not liking that. She's gonna cold message me. That is what network marketing has been known for so many years, that it gives us a bad rap. They don't understand that we are about building relationships. And at the end of the day, we're just talking about our life and sharing our journey. Don't overthink it. Share what you do, share your 3 steps. If you can be aggressive, the only thing I'll recommend is sharing your 3 steps or whatever it is you're taking every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Every single day in your stories. Do not forget that. You have to post, you have to talk about things, you have to share your life, and talk about things you wouldn't normally talk about. Talk about the sculpt that your friend had a really good result with, or there's people that just want to get really good weight loss. Talk about Elite. There's people that just want skincare. They take their daily multivitamin. They don't care about the energy. They have plenty of energy. Like my husband, he has so much energy. I don't know where he gets it from, and he don't even thrive. Sometimes he does. If I tell him, like, take those freaking capsules, put on a freaking sticker, and talk to people. But he has like natural energy. This guy gets like 6 hours of sleep. Some people don't want it. They don't care about it. They're not going to do it, and you're not going to sell them on it. So make sure you are opening up what you are sharing and not just one single thing all the time. Nobody wants to hear about capsules that give you energy when all they want to do is clear their acne off their face, right? We have so many plus line products. Ask for the graphics, ask somebody to help you. Don't forget to ask somebody for help to get your picture today. Do it tonight. I would recommend going through half your customers tomorrow morning. I know it's getting late for some of you guys, but at least do the little things. Don't overcomplicate it. Just start with one thing. One day, keep yourself accountable for doing your birthdays. One day, keep yourself accountable. I'm going to tell you what, I went 12K and got a rank advance when I was doing my gratitude journal every single day. Every single day when I would wake up and I would write my journal, I felt different. And I will not lie to you, I haven't done that gratitude journal in months, because I'm waking up just enough time to work out to get to work, which gratitude takes a few minutes. I get that, but I'm slacking on that. And I know that, and I'll admit it. But there are simple things that you can do, because I'll be honest, burnout's a real thing. Comparing is a real freaking thing. I was added to a leadership chat. We had a really good thing going. And I'll be honest with you, I'm going to be completely transparent. I messaged Ashley. I was having a day and I said, I'm going to get out of that chat. They just created that chat. I mentally am comparing myself to people, because it's like, boom, she got a customer. They got a promoter pack. This person got a customer. This is winning. They're winning. They're winning. And I had crickets.
What
and
did I say?
Yeah. And Amanda's like, no, like, it's going to happen. 30, 60, 90. 30, 60, 90. Do not compare yourself. I have been burnt out a handful of times because I've done it to myself. If there's somebody that makes you compare more than they inspire, unfollow them. I don't care. Again, I don't care if it's your best friend. They might not even thrive. But if they're doing something and you're thinking, why not me? Then your why is not strong enough. Mm-hmm. You've got to put blinders on and stop comparing. You've got to put blinders on and think, that's going to be me next. I'm going to be on that leadership retreat. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be at this getaway. And if it doesn't happen, it's okay. I did not hit my VIP bonuses. I did not ever hit a rank advancement until my 12K. I was halfway to 40K and went back down to 12K. Where that $8,000 went, I don't know. I never hit a GOAT bonus. I literally have hit one bonus in my whole entire life of Thrive from 4 years. Mm-hmm. And I know now I was like 2,400 away from 12K again. Mm-hmm. And I went back down. But, and Amanda,
what did I tell you?
Yep. Amanda messaged me and said, dude, I know how bad. And I didn't even reach out to her about that. I don't cry to people or whine. I just take it like with a grain of salt and just say, next month's your month. Amanda messaged me out of nowhere and said, I know how bad you wanted that 12K and I know how bad you're working, but it's okay that you didn't hit that. Because the fact of the matter is I was $5,000 more in volume than I was the previous month. That's growth.
Mm-hmm.
Growth doesn't always have a dollar sign attached to it. And I thought, it just might not be my time. It's just not my time. I didn't hit that bonus because there's something bigger coming for me. There's something better that's going to come that I'm going to work up to. I already hit bonuses. I've been there. I've done it. I know how to do it. I know that. But sometimes you've got to give yourself grace. You've got to stop. Find a Zoom that inspires you. Like I tell people all the time, I went 4K after I was on Amanda's Zoom. I went on Amanda's Zoom every single Monday until she stopped doing them. Life happened. And I thought, when is she going to do those Zooms again? Because there's a million Zooms going on out there. And I bet every single person has a story to tell, but not everybody sits with me. I can sit on 4 different Zooms 4 days a week and be bored out of my mind. I can get on Amanda's Zoom and there's something about her that fires me up. It's something about her Zooms that when I get off of them, I'm like, I'm going to freaking kill it. I'm going to start all over again. And there's times I have to stop, give yourself a day. If you can get up and maybe post your capsules, throw up a story or a post, you don't have to post every 3 hours. You don't have to post about everything. You don't have to have 4 posts in a day, a morning, noon, and night. Sometimes I forget my night posts. I'm tired. Life happens. I had dinner. The kids were running around. I had to go here. I had to go there. And there's times where I'm dead tired. My eyes are burning. And I think to myself, oh my God, I didn't do a post. Should I do it? Nope. I'm going to bed because that nighttime post isn't going to make or break what tomorrow's going to bring.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's just it. You have to find somebody who inspires you, reach out. Don't be afraid to reach to your upline's upline. Don't be afraid to message a 200K or a millionaire leader. Now, they're super busy, I'm guessing, with a huge team that they have. And I don't want you to be discouraged if you message Amber or message Chastity and they don't get back to you right away. They're not doing it intentionally. Mm-hmm. Life happens. Maybe message them again. Because
listen, I always tell people every time, listen, if you message me and I don't reply, first off, if we're not friends, it probably went to my other folder, comment on one of my posts. Hey, Amanda, I messaged you. And then I'll see it. And, or if I don't reply and we are friends or I have talked to you before, bump that shit up because there's chances that it's like 100 down at this point.
Yeah, honestly, like there's people like if I absolutely needed to talk to Jamie Pekka's a busy woman, right? She's got her own team to run. I have no shame with messaging Amanda or messaging Kaylee and saying, hey, can you get in Jamie's inbox and tell her I messaged her? Because however those messages get filtered, I'm not saying one person's more important or the rank is not a thing, but there's times where she might be messaging her group or in her chat and just might not see it because people are messaging her all day. And I had a promoter one time message me and she's all discouraged because she messaged another promoter and that promoter didn't reply to her. But the promoter, I'm talking to that promoter all day long. And I said, but you have to understand that you have to build relationships too. And you can't just show up one day and expect people to drop everything for you when you haven't worked your business in a freaking month. And then get mad because somebody who's busting their butt, doing everything they can for our team, don't message you back, right? Mm-hmm. She gets upset thinking there's favoritism. There's this, there's that. But the fact of the matter is she's not happy with herself. She wasn't happy with herself. She wanted more, but she don't want to ask. And I said, oh, girl, message her again. Get in the inbox and say, hey, I'm sorry to bug, but listen, did you get my message? I had a question. Well, I'm not going to do that.
Oh, no.
Well, then I can't help you.
Absolutely do that.
I can't help you because if you can't push for yourself, I can't work for you. And if you have dead weight on your team that isn't working, I promise you, if you focus your time and energy on the ones that want it and the ones that are working, your business is going to blossom. But if you focus your time dragging those dead bodies around trying to help somebody that don't want it and they want everything handed to them, you're not going to grow your business. You're going to get burnt out. Being burnt out's a real thing. It's not just your life and what's around you, it's your team. And if you have people always messaging negative stuff, it's a Debbie Downer. I will mute you and not reply to you for weeks. I do not care. Do not message me in the morning with any negative drama because I will not reply to you.
I'll tell you, I heard something, and if you guys get a chance to listen to the recording that we posted on the Dream Team page of the mastermind that was at Maria's, Dana Chuva said a very key factor there. You get 5 minutes, let it out, and then move on. What are we doing to change it? What are we doing to get away from it? Right? Because you can't stay there. You can't live there. And you guys probably see me say it all the time. What happened yesterday doesn't matter. What are you going to do today and what are you going to do tomorrow? Right? Because yesterday is not going to change a darn thing. Right? It's not going to change what you're going to do today. It's not going to change. Now, I mean, unless you're in jail or something, then you know, you got to make the best out of it in jail. But I'm just saying, no, really, like what's already happened, like you have to kind of basically each day is a new day to get up and say, okay, today was a shit day, right? And listen, I'm going to tell you guys, I literally have to intentionally shut off the time I'm going to talk to people. Okay. I would answer messages all night long sometimes, right? So I have to say at some point when I get done with this, I'm closing my phone. Listen, it's kind of personal. At 5 o'clock this morning, I get a message in my inbox from my cousin. I see you're on Facebook. Hey, I wouldn't ask you, but and he wanted to borrow money. Okay. Now, I love my cousin. He's borrowed money a lot from me. He never pays me back. But you know, I responded and to him and so forth. He's messaged me like 3 more times today. Okay. 3 more times this evening. I am not responding to him today because I've already told him and talked to him and had a conversation with him and when and why I would be able to help him. And because I talked to my husband about that kind of stuff, right? Like you can only, like we discuss these kind of things because I've been known to give people way too much money and them never pay me back. So I have a rule now. I don't unless I talk to my husband. And if they burned me, you're automatically out. Right. So I go through my CPA and anyways, I have a max cutoff that I'm allowed to do at this point because I am a giver and I've been burned thousands, right? So, but especially by family. So anyways, don't be Amanda. Be smart with your money.
That's the perfect example too with messages. You don't have to reply right away. Someone messages
yeah.
you do not have to reply to them that second. You can wait it out, get the right answer.
I was told by a leader, number 1 in my previous company, she said, you do not need to respond to them right away. Absolutely not. They will wait till tomorrow and that is just fine. Because the reality of it is, guys, if they're going to go and join somebody else, they're going to go and join somebody else. Okay. So chances are you should have had that relationship built and they'll wait on you till the next day to get ordered, right? Or you've already given them the information to place the order. So it's okay to wait. It's okay to shut your phone off. It's okay to clock out and say, I'm going to bed. But I want you guys to start getting up and like realizing that if you do certain stuff on a daily basis, like you get up and you do your birthdays, you don't need to message them about something about Thrive. If you want to, great, fine. But I don't. I just interact with people on their birthday and tell them happy birthday. If I have a picture of them, I'll share a picture on their timeline. And sometimes if I miss it, because I'm really bad with birthdays, I'll go in a day or 2 later and I'm like, hey, sorry, I missed your birthday. And sometimes that sticks out better because they got bombarded on their birthday. And you know what? That's okay. That's all right. But what you were telling them earlier about the going through the alphabet, you guys, I promise you, going through the alphabet and going on this day post and interacting with on this day post will be a game changer for your business, for your interaction. because you're going to, yes, see people that are no longer have accounts, or maybe they haven't posted for like 3 years and you're like, and guess what? They might have a whole nother account. Search their name. Maybe they didn't friend you because they got hacked and you were like not on their list of people that they thought to add as a friend, and you just haven't popped up, right? So go ahead, hit that friend button. I just friended people today, right? That I was not friends with. They popped up on my suggested. I was like, oh crap, like deleted their old account and added their new one, right? So you're not going to get anything from people that are no longer active. Or if people are just negative, they're just negative, they're not your cup of tea, and they're posting like, I can't even tell you how many raunchy freaking people I went to high school with, like guys. No. And if you comment on one of my posts, you're automatically deleted. If you comment hitting on one of my teammates and it's nasty and inappropriate, yep, you're deleted and blocked, right? Because let's face it, we all have people that are like that. But the reality of it is, guys, is that you're going to find more by doing different action steps. If you thrive every day out loud, right? Then you are every day putting it in there and you're planning it. You do not, please stop this mindset right now. You do not have to be a master of Instagram. You do not need to be a creator, a digital creator, fancy pantsy person. You just need to be you. Okay. Anybody watch my reel today? If you watched my reel today, give me a high. No, you didn't see it. That's okay. That's all right, because you shouldn't be seeing my shit. You should be focused on your own people, right? But anyways, my reel today is me literally giving a tip about how, if you want to find your people, be you. Show up as you, right? Show up as you. Show up as what you love. You do not have to post 20 times a day. However, yes, you want to be consistent. You want to be consistent, right? Are you consistent? Yep. Did you share your product? Yep. Did you bring information, education, value of some kind today? Yep. Did you, engage or follow up? Sarah said something about the emails. You guys, listen, I want to give you some statistics real quick. I know we're getting up on 10 o'clock, but let me give you these statistics. Be prepared, be mind blown. I know, make every one of you guys email your people, okay? Email. The reason why I say email is because when I was looking over our sample system and it said how many times these people have opened their emails, I thought, hell, they're opening emails more than they're opening their Facebook messages. So I'm going to send an email because I don't even know half these darn people, right? So anyways, I'm not as scared. It's not a scaredy parentsy. Like, I don't know. It's a lot easier to just send an email. So I started emailing. Some people like to text. All right. Sales statistics for follow-up. Here we go. 2% of sales are made on the first contact. 2. 3% are made on contact 2. 5% of sales are made on the third contact. Some of you guys never even made it there. 10% of sales are made on the fourth contact. 80% of sales are made 5 through 12 contact. 5 through 12. Sometimes it takes 12 people, 12 times to talk to them. 48% of sales, 48% of salespeople never follow up ever with a prospect. 48% of people. So half the people on here right now don't follow up at all. Let's put it that way. That's why your business isn't growing, right? Because I can tell you 90% of the things that I've ordered, I definitely didn't order because the first time I saw it. And I definitely probably had somebody asking me 100 times if I was going to order it. And I kept on forgetting, or life got busy or whatever, right? 25% of sales make a contact and then stop. So 25%, 1/4 of us right now will follow up one time. That's it. And then never again. 12% of people will make more than 3 contacts, and that's it. So 12% will make more than 3 follow-ups. And then I don't even know, it doesn't tell me the statistics past that of how many people actually do follow up 5 through 12 times. But I'm going to tell you this. In my first business, this is something I learned, and I hate to reference this business, but I'm going to reference it. I would come home and I would search, because they would always offer these bonuses in January at our conference, right? Much like Lavelle does, like in January, but we don't have a conference in January. Okay. So when we came home from conference, guess what I did? I had never hit a bonus, but I said, by golly, I've talked to a lot of people this year. I literally, and I didn't know this from training. I told you guys, my uplines didn't teach me nothing like this. Got it? I went through my phone, that Keek app or whatever it was called. Is it Keek, whatever. Don't get on it unless you want dick pics. Just being honest with you. Anyways, I got on that app and I searched keywords. I looked on my Instagram messages. I looked on my text messages. I looked in my emails because a lot of people would email you as well. And I would search keywords. Okay. And then I followed up with every mother fudger that asked about becoming well, it was a distributor there. Every person that asked about a product, didn't matter what it was. I followed up with them all. And guess what? Every single year that there were those bonuses offered, I came home that first year and I hit 3 of them. And it was like $10,000, $15,000, $25,000, $50,000 in bonus. And everybody's looking at me like, what the hell did you do? And I'm like, followed up. That's it. Followed up. And I stayed consistent when everybody else didn't, because it was like a dead fall, right? Like it was like a shit year, kind of like 2022. Just being honest, like 2022 was brutal. The economy was like adjusting. It was brutal. You should see what 2024 is going to be like if you don't get yourself set up. It's an election year. Election years are always like crazy years. I promise you, people are so distracted, right? So like get your business rolling and get people like, don't compare yourself. If you see somebody else in their winning season, you don't know what they were doing in the season that you were in. Okay. You don't know what they had to dig through. Sarah made me cry. All right. I got all teary eyed when she was talking about that, about me stopping my Monday Zooms. When I was going through my divorce, when I first left my house, I busied myself because I didn't have my daughters. And I worked like every Monday night, right? So I quit doing my Zooms. And I needed to keep busy because I didn't know how to be without my kids. Like, that was probably why I stayed as long as I did. So I worked and I went to school and I ran my business and I did all this stuff, but I started to like lose my place as a leader, right? So emotional. I started to think that people didn't need me because they had all these other people that were incredible people. And then I went to a local, and all these people are like, Amanda, can you set your Zooms back up? And I was like, guys, there's so many Zooms already. Are you sure? And you guys, what I failed to realize is that people aren't me and people aren't you. Okay. And that's what I want you to take from that, is that you might think you're just a regular old person like me doing my little reel today, flipping upside down on my inversion table, being myself. But guess what? I'm not going to attract that snooty patootie person that's stuck up and doesn't want to talk to like somebody because they think they're too good for them. I'm going to attract that person that says, if she could do it, I could do it. And I want that person. I want that person. I want the person that's like willing to like go balls to the wall with me and just go for it, right? And willing to try everything. And I can tell you, since starting back to the Monday Zooms, that was like my stepping stone. I just restarted a leadership chat because I had all these 200K leaders and they each had their own chats and they had all these different leaders with all their own chats. And I thought, man, like nobody needs another page, another chat. But I felt disconnected. So don't you ever feel bad about doing something that makes you, like, for me, I thrive with community. Like, I want that feedback. Like, I need to have that back and forth. Like, I want to give ideas and then you give me an idea and then we go try it. Right. Like, I want to give you guys ideas and you go try it. But listen, if we give those ideas and then you don't try it, you're never going to know. And you're never going to meet your people. And I promise you, if you put you out there and you put what you have to offer out there and how this can change people's lives, and you get really consistent with it and you be really intentional with it, your business is going to change. but you have to decide to go for it. And you have to realize you don't have to be like the next person. Okay. There's not another 200K in this company that's like me. There's not another, and I'm not saying that in a cocky way. I'm saying like, look, there's all these people that people could be admiring right now. Okay. And they want to be just like them, but you don't know what they're doing. You don't know where they've been. Okay. And they're in their winning season, but you don't want to sit there in jealousy. You want to sit there and be like, what are they doing? And how can I do this? What do I need to do to get that result? For me, I can tell you, I'm searching at how can I get in front of the right people right now? What do I need to do to up my visibility? Okay. So what kind of what do I need to do consistently to up my visibility and to reach the people I want to attract? That's what I'm working on. And then also connecting, right? Connecting, making sure my leadership knows I'm there. I love you. I love you. And you guys, that's just it, is that you want to realize that. And that's another thing too. Don't ever worry how many people are on, how many people are in a Zoom or a call or whatever. First of all, I don't even get on half the Zooms until the recording plays, because I'm not going to sit my life on a Zoom. Okay. I'm just not. So I listen to Zoom sometimes, yes, when they're live, like the leadership ones, while I'm cleaning my house or I'm doing stuff around or I'm in the shower or I'm driving to pick my daughter up or something along those lines. Okay. But don't you ever feel guilty if you cannot be on it live. Listen to the recording. The biggest thing is taking that takeaway and then getting the action, right? And making sure that you stay focused about what the main thing is. And your goal is going to change. Your vision is going to change as you grow. You're going to have setbacks that are going to knock you on your ass and going to make you sometimes want to quit and ask you, what the hell am I doing? Is this really worth it? Right? But I'm going to tell you, you're here for a reason and a purpose, and you have to get back to why. And I can tell you, every single time there's always something on my timeline that my daughters have posted or shared. And I just think the last decade I wouldn't have had with them if I would have just given up. And every person that told me that it wasn't going to work or that I was going to fail at this, if I would have listened, and how many lives would not have been changed, including my own. So all the bad things that could have happened and anybody that could have came and gone, it was all for a reason and a lesson. It's not for me to figure that out. It's just, okay, guess what? Now you're on to your next chapter, and it's going to be the biggest and best one yet. So I just hope you guys are ready for the ride, because it's going to be amazing growth ahead. If you get consistent with what you're doing and you make sure your message is clear, I promise you're going to see your business grow. And oh crap, it's after 10. Sarah, you got any last minute tips? You gave the great tips tonight, you guys. I hope you really took some of the stuff that she said and you go and implement it. That email signature is a game changer. Anybody that emails you and you email them back, they get your stuff. One thing I am going to edit on mine is I'm going to put a QR code. And that's it, just so that, they can scan it. But otherwise, yep, that email signature. I don't know. I just signed 2 referral customers and a promoter tonight on my account, and then a customer with Elite and Detox on my husband's account tonight, all since 7:00. I made 1 post and interacted. That's all I've done. So there you go. Get consistent, you guys. Make sure you're sharing stuff not even you're using, but somebody else maybe has shared a great result or whatever, right? But all right, I love you guys. I keep on talking all night. Have a good one. I'll get the recording up ASAP. Bye-bye.